What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video we're gonna be doing a get ready with me. I basically just did my makeup. I'm not really gonna do anything with my hair, probably just put it up in a bun because it is way too hot. But for today's video we're gonna be doing, like I said, a get ready with me while I tell you guys the story of my daughter getting her surgery. She got her tonsils and adenoids removed, so I'm just telling you guys my experience, our experience together, basically how everything went. And yeah, so if you guys want to know more about the surgery and the whole procedure and everything, and also watching me do my makeup, then keep on watching. Get ready with me while I tell you guys the reason why my daughter got surgery. By the way, I already did my eyebrows off camera because it takes forever. By the time I'm done with my eyebrows, I could literally be done with my entire makeup, so that's why I had to do them off camera. So the type of surgery that my daughter got was I'm just gonna go with, it has a term for it, but she got her tonsils removed because she was having a lot of problems with it. Ever since she was little, she was born preemie, right? So at first I thought it had something to do with her being preemie because she was having a lot of breathing problems, as in like she couldn't breathe through her nose, right? And then at night she would snore a lot. Every time it was getting worse instead of getting better. Like every night it would be worse. So I took her to the doctor and they said that, I told them that she was breathing like through her mouth and that she wasn't breathing properly, and then at nights that she would snore. So they just said, oh, she probably just has allergies. And so that's what we went with. Like they even gave me allergy medicine. It kind of worked like the first, I would say like the first few weeks maybe, because it was something that she was gonna have to drink like every single day. I don't know for how long, but it was something that, because I kept getting refills, so the doctor told me just keep giving it to her. I feel like the first few weeks like it will work very good, but then I felt like her body was kind of getting used to the medicine, that it just didn't work at all. So then whenever it wasn't working, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna talk to the doctor about it. And then I feel like every time I would say I would talk to the doctor about it, she would stop snoring out of nowhere and she'll be good, you know, for like another few weeks. So then as she got older, I'm talking about this problem, she wasn't snoring bad when she was like a tiny baby, but you could tell she was breathing like louder than a normal baby. And I had to turn on the fan because it is so freaking hot in here. It is like 110 degrees where I'm at, and I have the AC on, but for some reason the AC in my room does not work, so it's so freaking hot. So if you hear the fan more than you can hear me, I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. But anyways, back to where I was saying. So she was breathing like, she always had that problem since she was a baby, and I was like, so the doctor was like, as she gets older, she's gonna like get over it. Like it's because she's a small baby and like her body still needs to develop a lot more, and you have to understand that she was preemie, so she'll get over it. But I didn't see any like progress or anything. It was just getting worse and worse. So yeah, like I said, we moved out of state. We went to a new state. I told the doctor about it, and I like these doctors out here a lot more than where I was at. I used to live in LA, and I guess because they're too busy, so they just want to rush everything. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to take the time to do what they're supposed to, so they just rush everything, and they'll give you whatever so you can just leave. You get me? So that's kind of how I felt. I felt like I was not being heard. And here where I'm at, like they actually pay attention to everything that I say, and I feel like they actually listen to me. So I had told the doctor that about like her breathing. So I told them that back when I was in LA, they had given her that medicine for allergies, but that it worked for a little and then it wasn't working anymore. So she asked me, oh, we can refer you to a nose and throat specialist, and we can get that checked out, or if you want. And then, but she was like, it takes a while for them to see you. It's gonna take a couple of months for them to give you an appointment. So I was like, so she said, so meanwhile, what we could do is we can prescribe you like a different type of medicine, but it will be for allergies as well. And if everything seems to work out, then you could just ignore it. Like, you don't have to go see the specialist anymore, and then you continue doing that, giving her that prescription until you feel like if he happens to come back, then we'll just go, you know. So I was like, you know what, like, yeah, let's do that. So this whole time that she was drinking those meds, again, it happened. Everything was going great. She was not having any breathing problems. Again, he came back after a while. He came back, and then by the time he came back, it was probably, I'll say, a month before she had her appointment. So the appointment finally came. We went to see the doctor, and then she was diagnosed with sleep apnea. So sleep apnea is like a really bad condition when you snore a lot, and it's kind of hard for your body's not getting enough oxygen when you're sleeping. I feel like with that, she wasn't getting enough sleep, and she was moving around a lot, so that came with headaches. She was always getting sick because she wasn't getting proper rest. And people say that they run a test, like when kids have that, a lot of people have told me that they put them to sleep and they watch them sleep to see how they snore, but they didn't do that with her. But you know what, I wanted to do it anyway, because for some reason, like, it always comes back. Like, she always goes back to snoring. It's just a problem that's never solved. They never like put her to sleep to watch her sleep and see like how she was snoring. So I just told the doctor, like, let's just get it over with. Like, I just want to get rid of it anyway. Like, whether she sounds like that or not, like, I mean, it's not something that's gonna affect her or anything. If anything, it was gonna benefit her in the long run. At first, I wasn't sure if she had a problem like with her nose or it was her throat. I had no idea. So they, like I said, they just referred me to the nose and throat specialist. So when he saw her, he was like, wow, she has pretty large tonsils. They're huge. So we're gonna have to get rid of them. I didn't even care too much about them putting her to sleep to watch her sleep. That's why I was like, yeah, go for it. Like, let's just get rid of them. He was like, yeah, they are pretty large for her age. She's only 8 years old, and even an adult, like, they're not supposed to have the tonsils this large. They're pretty large. He gave me an appointment. This was back in April, and then he was actually gonna give me the appointment like right away, which I was surprised because like I said, they take forever. I was actually lucky that the doctor was actually gonna give me the appointment like maybe like weeks from then. He was like, we can do this right away. Like, if you want to do it next week, we can do it next week. But just know that she's gonna have to be at home for at least 2 weeks. So I'm talking about, this was in April, and then she was gonna get out of school for her summer break in May. And I'm like, no, I don't want her to miss school. Like, I'm the type of parent that I do not want my kid to miss school. Of course, if she's sick, if she's not feeling well, I won't send her to school. But like I said, I was like, you know what if we just wait until she's done with school? I'm like, it's not that far from now. So then her birthday is on May 23, and they were trying to give me the appointment around then. So I'm like, no, I don't want her to spend her birthday at home in pain. So they ended up giving me for June 21st. So that's when we did the surgery. And at first, I was like, I kid you not, I was like freaking scared. I was freaking out. Obviously I wasn't gonna show my daughter that I was scared, but I was like freaking out. My biggest fear was the anesthesia, because I'm like, I've heard so many stories about that, like where kids don't wake up, or like, you know, like something goes wrong, and that was always my biggest fear. We got there, and then she didn't have a time to get the surgery. They just said, oh, where the doctor like was gonna go from the smallest to like the oldest kid, so like they will have babies to get the surgery. And when we got there, there was like probably around 6 to 8 kids, including my daughter. And then we got there, and we waited probably 2 hours. Yeah, probably 2 hours for them to call her name. And then we finally went, and as soon as they called her name, I was freaking out. I was like, calm down, like I was freaking out. And obviously I didn't want my daughter to see that, because I feel like she bases her emotions from whatever she sees from me. Like if she sees me freaking out, she's obviously gonna freak out. If she sees that I'm like chilling, cool, then she'll be cool too. So I was like, you know what, I don't want to freak her out. I'll be okay. And then she started asking all these questions like, Mama, am I gonna be okay? Are they gonna put me to sleep? And I'm like, no, baby, they're just gonna give you laughing gas, but you're not gonna go to sleep. You're gonna be awake. And she's like, are you gonna be with me? I'm like, yes, baby, I'm gonna be with you. I was hoping. I mean, even though I kind of knew I kind of figured they weren't gonna let me be with her, because a lot of the parents that have their kids, whenever they will call their kid's name, the parents will be outside. So I was like, I don't want to leave my kid alone. Like, I want to be with her the whole time. But yeah, so she ended up going in. They didn't let me in. They said the surgery took about 20 minutes. I was expecting them to call me literally 20 minutes after they call her name. But the 20 minutes, they called me literally like an hour and 30 minutes after the surgery. I'm waiting outside freaking out. I don't hear anything from the nurses or the doctors. Like, they don't tell me anything. They didn't say, oh, we're done with the surgery, we're waiting for her to wake up or anything. Like, they weren't saying anything at all. So I'm like there wondering outside, like, what's going on with my kid. And then I saw the doctor outside, like, he was walking around. I was gonna ask him, like, are you done with my daughter or something, you know? Like, I saw him walking outside, but he looked like he was looking for somebody. So I'm like, maybe he's looking for me. In an hour and 30 minutes later, they called me, and I guess they didn't call me because I'm assuming they still didn't tell me why they didn't call me, but I'm assuming they were waiting for her to wake up for them to call me. So they called me right when she was waking up, and then I walked in, and she was like zoned out. Like, she had no idea what was going on. She said, what time are we gonna do the surgery? I'm scared. And I was like, oh, baby, we're done already. Like, everything. And she was like, huh? I was like, yeah, we're done. Like, it happened so fast. She's like, I just closed my eyes. What do you mean? Like, I literally feel like I just closed my eyes. I was like, see, I told you it was gonna be fast. So yeah, so it went by pretty fast, and they let me leave the same day, but they didn't let me leave right away. We still waited about another hour or two to keep her on observation. And we were there for a while. They told me that she was not able to eat any solids for 2 weeks. Got a few more days left for her to be her 2 weeks. She has an appointment. Today is Saturday. She has an appointment on Tuesday for her follow-up, just to make sure that she didn't get an infection and that everything went through like as it was supposed to. But I think she did pretty good for the most part. I've been making her a lot of soups. She's been eating a lot of popsicles, a lot of ice cream, like a lot of like things like that, because we need to keep her throat wet. She needs to be constantly eating like cold stuff, so because if it gets dry, it's gonna be painful. But she's been doing great. Thank God everything went good. Everything went like it was supposed to. My baby is healing super fast, and everything was for her own good, because I felt so bad looking at her, watching her sleep the way she was sleeping. It was just horrible. Like, I was scared. I'm like, what if like the worst thoughts will come to my head. I'm like, what if one of these days we're all sleeping and she just can't get enough oxygen and she just, you know, stays right there. Like, I'm like, heck no, I'm gonna do something about it. So after the surgery was done, the doctor did tell me, he said, good thing she got the surgery right now, because they were pretty huge. The older they get, the harder it is. So she's little right now, and she's gonna heal pretty fast. So everything should go smooth. And he did, honestly. Like, I love that doctor. It was so good. He did an amazing job. Everything went great. I'm glad, you know, that we got it over with. She got her tonsils and adenoids removed, and her snoring problem should be done. He said, like, she will never snore ever in life. Like, we're done with that problem, and it shouldn't affect her with her breathing anymore. She should be able to breathe fine. And obviously, if she's still not able to breathe through her nose, then obviously we're gonna have to go back and check her nose out, because he mentioned something about this, but he said he didn't think that was a problem. He thought like her tonsils was a problem. So he just said, like, we're gonna check that out. If that seems to be the problem, like if the tonsils don't fix the problem, then we're gonna have to move on with the nose. But like I said, hopefully that's it. He said it was gonna take a while for her to stop snoring. He said give it a few weeks and then you're gonna see the difference. But dude, like literally the same day we came home, I saw a huge difference. Like she was sleeping like a baby, like not one noise. I kid you not. It was to the point where like I had to touch her stomach to make sure she was breathing, because she wasn't even making like noises, like sleeping noises, like through her nose or anything like that. Nothing at all. I could not believe this. I was like, oh shoot. So I'm just so glad I made that decision for my baby. Well, my husband and I made that decision for our baby. Who wants to see their kids suffering, you know? So if you or you know somebody that's going through the same thing, or their kid sleeps really like uncomfortable and snores really loud, you should look into the tonsillectomy. I'm not even sure the term for the surgery, but obviously it's tonsil remover. If you're a kid or you know somebody that has a kid with that problem, you should definitely either you or tell them to look into it, because honestly dude, that is like a miracle. Like it's literally a miracle. I can't believe, like from one day to another, like the way she sleeps completely changed. Obviously I know it's too soon to be able to tell, like with the headaches. The snoring so far is gone. Thank God she's not snoring anymore. That was one of the best decisions I've ever made for my baby. I'm so glad we made that decision. So yeah, so that's the reason why my daughter got surgery. I posted on Instagram that my baby was getting surgery. I did get a lot of DMs asking me what was wrong with my baby, and a lot of them obviously like sending well wishes for my baby, and I thank you guys so much. Thank you all for the good messages for my baby. I'm just here sharing with you guys my experience with how it went, and everything was super good, super easy, and that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know it was probably a long video. There was a lot more that I didn't tell you guys, but I have a problem. Like I talk a lot. I really do. I talk a lot, and sometimes it's a bunch of nothing. But if you know me in person, you know I talk a lot. So I was trying to like make this video as short as I could, and that is what happened with my baby. And I'm already done with my makeup. I'm gonna go do my hair now. So I'm just gonna go do my hair. I'm gonna end this video here, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions about the surgery, like I said, if you know somebody or your kid is going through the same thing, comment down below and I'll answer all of you guys' questions about my daughter's surgery. Or even if you're just wondering, if you're being a chismosa and you want to know more details, like you can go ahead and comment, and I'll tell you guys about whatever you guys want to know. But thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, bye.